Let's see this geography current affairs. So look at here. The part of northwest India may see cloud burst, flash floods, landslides on the month of July, that's in the monsoon season. Look at here. There is an extreme heavy rainfall in northwest part of India. The reason is the interaction of western disturbance with the monsoon low pressure system. Why it is called as monsoon low pressure system mean? Because whenever there is a high temperature, we will have a low pressure. So that's why the monsoon low pressure system on there. The western disturbance, we know that this western disturbance, it's occur during the winter time, withdrawn during the summer time. But when summer comes, this western disturbance has not withdrawn it. So there will be an interaction of both this western disturbance and the monsoon low pressure system, which causes the extreme heavy rainfall, not in all part of India, that's especially in the northwest India. So there might be a possible of cloud burst, flash flood and also landslide in the northwest part of India. Let's see this. The western disturbance, we know that it is an extra tropical storm that it present in the upper layer of the atmosphere. But that extra tropical storm that is called as the western disturbance, which comes to India, that drives only by the subtropical jet stream. It is carried towards to India only by the subtropical jet stream. We know that jet stream is the as a fast flowing wind which circulates on the earth. So this we discussed all these things in the class. You see this, why this might have happened? Why this western disturbance which got interact with the monsoon? What is the reason? Why the western disturbance is not withdrawn? That is because of the global warming in nature. During during the summer and the monsoonal month, this might have happened right now because of the global warming. And also the western disturbance, that presence is indicated in Afghanistan and Pakistan by the Indian Meteorological Department. And if you see this, a low pressure system which enhance monsoon rainfall is forming in the Bay of Bengal. We know that whenever there is a high temperature, we will have a low pressure. So when in the Bay of Bengal, when the Bay of Bengal is in high temperature, there supposed to be a low pressure system might have in this which enhance the monsoon rainfall. So look at on here, a low pressure system on the other hand, and an area of low atmospheric pressure that generally forms over sea and the ocean and causes the rainfall. Obviously, when the temperature of that sea and the ocean got to be increased, there might we have a low pressure and a area of low atmospheric pressure might have created on sea and as well as the ocean. If this kind of nature which might have present, it causes the rainfall. So obviously there is an interaction. It's rare as western disturbance generally do not form during the monsoon month, because the monsoon months comes in the summer. When June comes, the sun is in Tropic of Cancer. So that is the monsoonal month. So when the sun comes over to this Tropic of Cancer, there is a high temperature got created. So whenever there is a high temperature in that Indian region of Rajasthan and all, we will have a low pressure system. So obviously this is the driven of that monsoon. We studied all these things in the classes, but generally this western disturbance which not in the month of this summer time, unfortunately because of global warming in nature, there is the presence of western disturbance might have happened. So there must be an interaction of western disturbance under the monsoon. Now, the low pressure system that travels towards northwest part of India, where this interaction is expected to occur. Obviously, when this low pressure system under the western disturbance got to be interacted, so it will cause us a very heavy rainfall. Now look at here, the IMD has also warned there is a very heavy rainfall over Uttarakhand and east of Rajasthan and also west of the Uttar Pradesh. So they told that in that northwest region of India you might have that much of rainfall. No. So what are the states which might have affected because of this? Is there is a very heavy rainfall over Uttarakhand, east of Rajasthan and west of Uttar Pradesh. Now you see this, whenever there is a quick advance of monsoon across the North India and delayed northern withdrawal of the subtropical jet stream, that it causes the heavy rainfall and heavy precipitation in the northwest part of India. You see, this there is a risk of western disturbance monsoon interaction, that dumping heavy precipitation over northwest of India. Yes, obviously, ma. You see, there should be a withdrawal of this western disturbance during the summer time when the monsoon comes. But unfortunately, there is no withdrawn happen. So that's why we will have a very high precipitation in the northwest part of India, especially Uttarakhand, Rajasthan and also western side of this Uttar Pradesh. Now look at here, there is a heavy rainfall might have causes on this northwest part of all these regions. You see this, Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab, Chandigarh, even though in Jammu and Kashmir and western part of the Himachal Pradesh also we might have that much of rainfall. So obviously if you see, it will cover all over the northwest part of India. So there must be some impact in Uttarakhand, Delhi, that is the national capital, and western part of the Uttar Pradesh. So obviously this interaction might have given a very heavy precipitation all over the northwest part of India, and these are the states which might have get extreme rainfall because of these kind of interactions. Look at here. So there must be a flash flood and also landslide might have happened in Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand because of heavy rainfall. And there is an interaction of between western disturbance and the monsoon low pressure system. Then there must be a catastrophic Uttarakhand flood which might have happened in 2013 and it was killed 5,000 people. Yes, you see this, whenever the interaction of the western disturbance and the monsoon low pressure system has happened in 2013, we have already a catastrophic Uttarakhand flood and it has killed over 5,000 people. So there is a possible chances of that much of flood might have happened, flash flood, landslides also happened in this Uttarakhand and all. So this is the event which have happened on 2013. So let's see this one. You see, the reservoirs in India face water crunch as monsoon progress remains poor. Just now we read it that the northwest part of India there will be a flash flood, cloud burst, landslide because of extreme heavy rainfall, right? But on the next news, if you see this, that the reservoirs in India which is facing a poor water storage, that also in the news. That's why I told the rainfall of this monsoon, it's not evenly distributed all over this India. So it is an uneven distribution of rainfall. Let's see this. The country's major reservoirs, now it has only 29% of their total capacity. So we have a very low life storage of water, that is around of 29%. Now look at here, total storage in 146 reservoir, that's in India, that is according to the Central Water Commission data, 51.064 billion cubic meter water is there around of this 146 reservoir. So let's see this. In the month of this June to September, the southwest monsoon starts. So during this time, the reservoir are generally get recharged, and that reservoir water that might have used for the rabi crops and also for the drinking water purpose. We know that the kharif crop, which is called as the rainy crops, the rabi crop, which is called as the winter crops. The reservoir might have the water which presents on the reservoir that is used for the rabi crop, that is for the next season, right? So now look at here, about of 146 reservoirs, 107 reservoirs that the water level is 40% that are below their total capacity. So this is the very poor water which remains on that reservoir. Let's see that importantly 4 reservoirs. Harihar, that's in Odisha. Bhima reservoir, that's in Maharashtra. Tattihalli reservoir, that's in Karnataka, and Rangavan reservoir, that is in Uttar Pradesh. Look at here, it has with 0 storage. So the UPSC might have asked you that these kind of questions, in which state this reservoirs are to be. So let's take it. Look at here. So in India, if you see this, 12 states which had below normal storage level. What are the 12 states? These are the 12 states: Jharkhand, Odisha, West Bengal, Tripura, Nagaland, Bihar, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala. So these are the 12 states which has that reservoir which is below normal storage level. And if you see this, we know that the monsoon cover entire country in 22 days rather than the normal duration of 38 days, right? So 35% of this district is suffered by the deficit rainfall. It's not the reservoir, it is the 35% of districts that's in India which suffer by deficit rainfall, and 5% this large deficit of the rainfall according to the Indian Meteorological Department data. So we have a lot of water deficit problem on this year. So IMDA classifies this deficit. How it got to be deficit mean? You see, when you have a 19% or that is less than this 19%, that is the average amount of the water, that is considered to be the deficit rainfall in India. So if large deficit mean when it is more than minus 59%, so that is the large deficit that the IMD has concluded, and the rainfall between minus 19% to 19%, it is classified as the normal rainfall. So this is the classification. You see, ma, if the rainfall is 19% or less than 19%, that is called the deficit rainfall. Large deficit mean it should be more than minus 59%. When the rainfall is between minus 19 to 19% and is classified as the normal rainfall. Now look at here. In South India, if you see this, 40 reservoirs are there. In that 40 reservoirs, lowest at 20% of these reservoirs total life storage capacity. So 20% of this 40 reservoirs that's in South India will have the lowest water storage, and South India received 88.6 millimeter of rainfall in this month of June, and it is the lowest in the month in 122 years. Yes, obviously ma. So South India remains very deficit rainfall on this year, but northwest part of India we will have that much of rainfall, extreme rainfall. So why the southwest part of India, why north west part of India we will have that much of rainfall? Mean that is because of the interaction of western disturbance and the monsoon. But when you are coming to the southern part of India, it lowest in the month that's in 122 years. That is because of there is the cyclone which is called as Biparjoy, and the interaction of the wind system. What is the western disturbance under the monsoon which got to be interacted? No. So that is the reason in South India we don't have that much of rainfall. And you see this northern, central, western and eastern region will have these percentage. Northern we will have 46%, central we will have 36%, western we will have 28%, and eastern sides we will have 21%. So these are the percentage of that rainfall we have it. Now look at on this one. You see the Delhi High Court dismisses as a company, one PepsiCo company, that it against of the revocation order in the IPR. IPR means that is intellectual property right certificate for potato variant. Look at here. The company sued farmers from Gujarat. They are citing intellectual property rights. You see this. The Delhi High Court dismissed the appeal that is filed by the PepsiCo, and it revoked the plant varietal protection that is granted to the company for the potato variety. A potato variety which must be there. So the PepsiCo company has its rights, intellectual property rights on that potato, and this is the case over there. First, we should know what is about the plant varietal protection. You see this? Actually, this is the legal protection for the plant variety that is given to the breeder. That is the plant that is called as the plant breeder rights. So actually, this is the intellectual property right, and this is the exclusive right to the breeders. So breeders have the exclusive rights. Now look at here, the protection of plant variety and farmers right, that is an act we will have in this 2001 mark. What it says means it offers seed freedom for the farmers, and they can save it, they can use it according to the act. They can sow it, resow it, exchange, share or sell it, including a particular variety that it should be a unbranded manner, right? So the act which is favor for the farmer, but that right which is favor for the PepsiCo. Now let's see this. The PepsiCo ticked a new variety instead of extant variety, which is a crop variant that exists already in India. So this that the cases which is revoked by the Delhi High Court, that for the PepsiCo. So this is under the news. So we should know about what is that act and what is the plant variant. Now look at here. Now let's see this. There is a warming bay. Bay means that is Bay of Bengal. An ongoing heat wave in India's eastern sea is causing extreme rain in its northwest, some experts say. What it is? You see this. Marine heat wave means that is the heat might have present on the ocean or the sea. That is called as marine heat wave. That heat wave, there is an intense marine heat wave which might have happened on the northern Bay of Bengal. So there is an arid northwest receive the extreme rainfall. Obviously, if you go to this northwest part of Rajasthan, that's supposed to be an arid one, but that is in the east of that Aravalli, which might have a fertile land, so that this arid northwest receives the extreme rainfall. Now look at here, the Bay of Bengal, that is especially that northern part of this Bay of Bengal, which is warm, that is called as the marine heat. So it play an important role in southwest monsoon. How? Look at this one. So during the monsoon time, the northern Bay of Bengal, it tends to warm, obviously over on here. So the monsoon winds blowing from the southwest over the Arabian Sea on here, it crosses over into the Bay of Bengal and take a U-turn to pump the moisture into the Indian subcontinent. So this is the picture. When after crossing this Arabian Sea and enter over on the Bay of Bengal, it take a U-turn and pump the moisture content, and it sucks the moisture content from the Bay of Bengal and it pump over the Indian subcontinent. Now look at here. When the warm of Bay of Bengal is needed for the monsoon, obviously there should be a warming of Bay of Bengal is very much needed for the monsoon. Taking about a warmer than normal Bay of Bengal, that is the heat waves, that extreme rainfall, especially over the northwest of India. You see, obviously, look at here. When that wind crosses over the Bay of Bengal and takes a U-turn over on here, now what will happen? Already the Bay of Bengal is warmed, so more amount of water that converted into water vapor, and this air which presents over there, which absorbs all the water vapor. So more amount of water moisture might have pulled by that monsoonal wind. So obviously, if you see this, the southern peninsular and central India have reported deficient rainfall during this monsoon season. The northwest region have reported normal to large excess of rainfall. So when a heat wave, marine, might have presence over there, the central India might have reported a deficit rainfall. But if you see this, the increased intense marine heat wave Bay of Bengal and in the Andaman Sea, that it moderate to beyond the extreme category marine heat wave might have present. This marine heat wave is a daily weather phenomenon. Yes, obviously, the marine heat wave might have a daily weather phenomena. The Bay of Bengal and in the Andaman region, this marine heat wave, which is the throughout in the month of June, there is an intensity increased from June 28 onwards. Why? You see, when the sun crosses the equator and it reach over this Tropic of Cancer in the month of June, so all over the northern part of India and Bay of Bengal and all get heated up. So it's supposed to be a daily weather phenomena, but it might have happens during in the June time. Now look at here, when marine heat waves, that's in the Bay of Bengal, means a drier monsoon for the central India and enhanced rain over India southern peninsula. This is true. Look at here, when you will have a marine heat wave in the Bay of Bengal, northwest part of India it will receive a heavy rainfall, but in central India you have a deficit rainfall, but there is an enhanced over India southern peninsula. You see this, the current heat wave in the Bay of Bengal negatively impacted the mangrove in the Sundarban. So the western and the eastern part of India, which is also to be the drier because of this kind of monsoonal, this kind of warm, that is called as the marine heat waves. So these are the news, we saw it. Let's see the news on the next class. Thank you.